Welcome back, everyone. So, I'm sure you are very familiar with the system that is in Korea where people study really, really hard to take a certain exam because they want to become a civil servant. This is a huge deal here in Korea, and it turns out it is also a similar system for Indians in India. There's a huge amount of pressure riding on passing or failing this particular test, so people try to cheat. They try to find a way. Can they sneak in crib notes? Can they get an impersonator? Can they find some unique and exciting way to cheat their way into a pass grade? So obviously the Indian authorities sometimes have to deal with these particular scammers, and I loved some of the examples. I thought the impersonators was pretty crazy, but it gets even crazier than that. In one recent example, they actually caught some people sort of Spider-Manning their way up the outside of a building in order to pass these crib notes, exam answers to the students taking the test. Of course, the fight is going both ways. So the authorities, I suppose, keep coming up with new ways to try and stop them from cheating. So there was a picture that appeared online of loads of test takers laid out in a field just in their underwear. So there's no place for them literally to hide any notes or ways to cheat. There was another one where they had sort of cardboard boxes on their heads, so they could literally only look forward. They couldn't be looking at their neighbours' answers. It was quite interesting to see the creative methods used on both sides of this exam system. But I suppose the sad part is that a lot of the people involved are not well enough paid, really, to take cheating that seriously. So a lot of them turn a blind eye. They let even cheaters pass with flying colours. And some people are asking questions, what can be done to make the system fairer for everyone?
Yeah. I think I would have some qualms about being in my underwear during a test or during a test. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I would take the test very well at that point.
Yes. Wouldn't you be cold?
India 50 degrees. Probably die of heat exhaustion during the test.
Maybe.
I thought the box was hilarious, though, because I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, fine.
Anyway, so there was the most recent case of this was when a bus was intercepted by police, and on the bus they found about 20 of these impersonators who will take the test for you, and a few teachers who had read the exam answers and were desperately scribbling them down in order to pass on to test takers. But they were arrested and they nipped that one in the bud.
Yeah. It was interesting to see teachers were as complicit as the test takers. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense. Like I'm sure they are teachers who might get more money if they have a better success rate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or, they might, if they're not well paid for the job that they do, maybe they need this kind of side job in cheating to supplement their income. It does feel like both the Indians and people in Korea have this huge desire to become civil servants. Is that the same in America?
Going based on what I know, being a civil servant, and I specifically want to narrow this down to government jobs, is not that desirable for the everyday person. If you're getting a government job, like if you're a CIA agent, if you are part of the president's aides, these are things that do carry more weight. But if you're like a normal civil servant who's like working at the DMV, or if you are working at some local government office, you will not only be hated by everyone who comes in to talk to you, you will probably hate your job as well. Mm-hmm. So it's not seen as like this desirable thing, or even a prestigious thing per se, but it is seen as a job.
A job, yes. I did spend a short amount of time working for the local government in Manchester when I first graduated, and it was the most mind-numbingly boring thing I have ever done with my life. Yeah. So I stopped that.
Yeah. I'm sure being like a firefighter or a police person would be a way more, at least less boring job.
Yeah.
Probably more stressful though. Are exams like really important in the UK in modern society
Well, yeah.
these days?
Yeah, definitely. I think most jobs, you need some kind of exam or test, you know, even if it's a more vocational type of job that you want to do, there often will be, some kind of test. I think, again, when I first graduated, which actually was quite a while ago, I did a few typing tests, you know, to get secretarial jobs. So there was always something. Yeah. If you want to become a barista, you need to take a test.
Yeah, that is still a bit weird. I worked at Starbucks. I was barista at Starbucks, and no test. I mean, there was like the training, but there's no like exam or anything you have to study for. You just get hired and you train.
Let's imagine we have a test coming up and prepare for it thoroughly by studying the vocabulary, practicing it really well, so we're ready to produce the best sentences in our next English test. Good luck, guys. See you in the next one.
Dire.
Dire.
Impersonate.
Impersonate.
Qualm.
Qualm.
Tip off.
Tip off.
Complicit.
Complicit.